this is my friend Dal.
Hi.
So today we are recreating Dal's wedding look from 22 years ago.
Yes.
I'll insert a picture of her wedding look, like from her actual wedding day. And today we're gonna kind of recreate it and do maybe a little bit of a modern twist to it. So basically if she were to get married today, how she would look. These are her original galita from her wedding day. And she has her original jewelry, her outfit, her juda, everything. So we're gonna, after we're done the makeup and hair, we're gonna get her dressed up and you guys will see the after. So I'm gonna give her a makeover. Now it is gonna be sped up a little bit, but I'm also gonna include us talking in it and explaining a few things. So Dal, who did your makeup on your wedding day?
Jazz Gill.
Is she still doing hair makeup?
Yeah, she's the one that owns the New Mode.
New Mode? Oh, she teaches now, right?
Teaches.
Yeah, okay. Was it like a big deal how it is now?
Oh yes, it is. It's a big deal now. Back then, you just kind of accepted what they did on you and...
did you have a trial?
No.
No trial, wow. Did you show a picture or anything?
No,
and did she come to your house or did you have to go to her salon? How did it work?
She came to the house.
She came to the house?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, I'm gonna start by moisturizing Dal's skin. I'm gonna be using this MAC moisturizer. Dal, how's your skin type lately?
It's dry.
It's dry? Okay. So normally when I have a client, I wash my hands and I'll feel their skin. It's actually not that dry feeling. Dal did do a face mask before she came today.
Yes,
So she did, which one was it? The Boschia?
Yeah,
the black face mask?
Yes.
I actually want to try it out, so, and your skin feels really good, so I'm gonna go give that one a try. Maybe I'll go to Sephora today after this. So I'm just gonna moisturize her, and when I moisturize my clients, I like to use my hands because I feel then you can really absorb the moisturizer into their skin, whereas if you're using a brush, I feel it kind of just sits on top of the skin and then you're just putting foundation over top of it, and sometimes the foundation can crack or it doesn't absorb nicely into the skin. So I'm just gonna use my fingers. So Dal, if you could go back and change something about your look, is there anything you would change or would you keep it the same?
As to what I had before?
Yeah, like on your wedding day.
Yes, I would change it.
What would you change?
The makeup, the eye makeup, the full face.
So I don't have a picture of you with your eyes closed, but what was your eye makeup like?
No eyelashes.
No, okay, well we're gonna give you lashes today, don't worry. We're gonna give you some Lily Galici lashes, 3D mink.
I'm not even sure they used to have fake eyelashes back in the days.
I think they did, they probably just weren't the best quality.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even asked if I wanted them. And then my husband wanted simple makeup on me, so yeah.
Your husband said he didn't like red lipstick, but you wore it anyways.
I did, but then I was scared. Hope he doesn't walk away from the llama or something.
Hopefully he doesn't walk away from you today. Because we're doing red.
That was 22 years ago.
We can do red for your pictures, and she's going on date night tonight later, so we can change her lipstick for later, right?
Yeah.
So I usually give it like maybe a minute to let the moisturizer soak in, and afterwards I'll go in with a primer. I really like this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. There you go. So next I'm gonna color correct Dal's skin. So I like to use color corrector. A lot of East Indian women, we have a lot of pigmentation on our faces. So under the eyes, around the mouth, anywhere else, Dal has pigmentation. So I'm gonna be using two. I'm gonna mix them. I'm gonna start with the MAC Prep and Prime in Peach Luster. It's the one that's like orange. And then I'm gonna, over top of it, once this one dries, I'm gonna go over top with the Vancity color corrector, which looks like this one. Now it is a duo, it has a concealer on this side as well, but I don't use this concealer, I just like the color corrector. And this is in the shade 02. And Dal brought some of her favorite products. So Dal likes to use this one, which is by LA Girl, the Pro Concealant Orange. I really like LA Girl as well. I like their concealers. I use their Beautiful Bronze as a contour, cream contour, but today I might use some of this, but I usually mix a lot of products. I get a lot of questions asking me what products do you use, and I don't have like a one single favorite thing that I like to use. I just mix a bunch of things, whatever works for me. So this is Dal's go-to, right?
Yes.
Yes. Have you tried any of the ones I'm going to use on you today?
No.
No? Okay. First I'm going to go in with the MAC one, and the reason why I wait for it to dry is because the MAC one is more of a liquid formula, whereas the Vancity one is a cream formula. And when you do apply your color corrector, I do feel that you should wait for it to completely dry before you apply concealer or foundation, because otherwise they'll just kind of mix into a orangey peachy shade. Not always, but you know, you want to avoid that. You really want it to stick where you want to cover. So I'm going to have you looking up. So how'd you meet Jazz? Was it arranged, or like how'd you guys meet each other?
No.
No?
I used
Ooh, Jazz. Rebel. No, it's all good.
Well, love marriage wasn't allowed in my family, so
or it wasn't very common either,
and it
right?
wasn't very common. So we did have a bajola
Okay.
to talk to our parents.
But you guys met on your own?
Yes.
Okay.
So I used to work at a video store.
You don't have those anymore. I'm just kidding.
Actually, no.
What kind of video store? Like
it was
like
called
an Indian one or Indian?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You guys, the Indian movie stores back in the day were the best. You could rent a movie for like $1, and most cases people never gave them back.
It was $10 a month, unlimited rentals.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Subscriptions. Yeah.
Yeah. And well, because I had like 3 months left before college was gonna start, so I
how
thought,
old
okay.
are you?
I was 19.
Okay. Yeah.
When I met him.
Yes.
And I do have to say that it was love at first sight.
Aw, so sweet.
And yeah, so that's where we met.
That's how you guys met, at a video store. So he was a customer that came in.
Yes.
Actually,
awesome. he was friends with the owner.
Oh, okay.
So
he was friends with the owner. Yeah.
And he used to do videos himself back then. So.
Okay. And then after how long after meeting did you guys get married?
We met in June 1995.
Yeah.
And we got married in March 1996.
So almost a year later.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you guys have children? Well, I already know the answer, but you guys don't know. You guys don't know Dallas, so you guys are getting to know her.
Yes, we have 2 boys.
Yes.
Our older son, his name is Dara. He just turned 20. And the younger one is Arjun, and he's 17.
One of my viewers once commented that she went to high school with, I think it was Dara, and that they used to take the same bus home. I was like, oh, I'm like, Dara's famous on my videos. So you guys must be wondering, how do I know Dal? So I actually know Dal through like, I feel like 2 different ways, right?
That's true.
So you guys all know that my studio's in Ravina's house. Ravina's parents bought this house from Dal and her husband. So I knew you then, but I was like a little girl. We never really talked to each other. And then Dal's husband used to be in the wedding industry. Well, he still is in the wedding industry, right?
Yeah.
But just a different business now. But they used to do wedding videography, and they did my sister's wedding. And so then we kind of reconnected, or I still didn't really get to know them that well then, but I knew who they were. So Dal and Jazz were kind of always in my life and my sister's life. And then when I started dating Bay was friends with Jazz, Dal's husband. So then I started seeing Dal and Jazz more often, and now we see each other all the time. So that's how we're connected. It's so weird how life works out sometimes, right? Like I met you so many years ago, and then I met you again like years later.
Yeah.
And now we're friends. Alright guys, so I've applied my first layer of color corrector, and a lot of girls don't use color corrector because they're scared of it, because they're like, hey, like I don't want to look orange, because you know, people think that this is what you're gonna look like after, but it gets completely covered. So I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, just for like a minute, and then I'm gonna go in with my second layer of this one, and we will be using a full coverage foundation. And sometimes when people watch these makeover videos of mine, I'll get comments like, that's a lot of makeup, that's too many layers. But what you guys don't understand is that our weddings are really long days, and we want this makeup to last all day. So that's why we use full coverage and lots of layers, and it doesn't look cakey in person. I know in video you guys might be like, oh my god, like that's a lot of makeup, but trust me, Dal will prove later today when she looks at her face if she feels cakey or not.
Actually, with the color corrector, you are right. When I started using it at the
Yeah.
beginning, I never used to let it sit there. I would just apply it and then start applying the foundation.
Did it ever mix in? Or you feel you don't get the full
it
effect,
wasn't
right?
So then I learned that after applying the color corrector that I should wait.
You should
like
wait.
Like what you're doing
Let it
now.
dry
Yes.
and then dab the foundation.
Yes.
Even when I get to her cream contour, I'm actually going to skip that step, but I'll explain to you guys why. Because the more you touch that area, the more the makeup's going to move around, right? So I'm going to go in with the Vancity color corrector now. And I'm just going to dab over top where I feel I need it most. So I'm going to have you looking up. The Vancity one's more peach, and the MAC and even the LA Girl one that Dal uses is more orange. If you have a lot of redness on your face, you can use a green color corrector. But I get a lot of redness, I still prefer to use the peach or the orange because it gets covered anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I find the green one doesn't do much for me. Have you ever tried a green? No? I know my sister uses green. She has rosacea.
Yeah.
But I always tell her, I'm like, I'm pretty sure the peach one will do the same thing. I find when I use the green one, once I mix it into my skin, I look like I have like a grayish like color on my cheeks. Gonna let that settle for like a minute, not too long. You don't want it so dry either that your products don't blend nicely into each other. So next I'm gonna go in with a foundation, and this is Dal's foundation. She loves this. I have used this before on clients. They actually brought it in themselves. So it's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum Coverage. Now this is different from the Estee Lauder that I use, which is the Double Wear. I use this on myself all the time. It's like one of my favorite foundations. There you go, got it to focus. This one is a little bit thicker. It has more coverage. I really like this one. And Dal's shade is 3W1 Tawny. So I'm gonna go in with a brush at first. I'm just using like a MAC brush. It's a MAC 170. I love this brush. You guys see me use it all the time in my videos. And I'm gonna dab this on her face, and then I'm not gonna swipe or buff too much. I'm literally gonna press into her skin, and then after I'll go in with a beauty blender. Do you normally do concealer and then foundation?
I used to.
So you do it same step
Since I
as me?
started using this foundation, I feel that I don't need to use a concealer on.
I normally, well actually I do it different depending on the client. Like sometimes I'll do color corrector and then straight to foundation. Sometimes I do color corrector, concealer, and then foundation, then a little bit concealer back into it. But I want to see how good this foundation is. We're going to go with just foundation first, and then we can add concealer where we feel we need it most. So again, I'm just dabbing. I've just done the foundation on Dal. I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. I am going to mix two colors. I'm going to mix medium, which is probably Dal's shade, with a little bit of light medium just to highlight and brighten on her face as well. So it's going to be a concealer, also like a cream highlighter. So I'm just going to apply this on the center of her face, so under the eyes. Drag it down just a bit onto her cheeks. Again, I'm kind of patting this into her skin, not swiping. Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just gonna set her face. So yeah. Do you use this? Oh my god, it's such a mess.
Actually, when I use that, it doesn't seem to stick, so I'll see how it goes today.
Okay, do you use a beauty blender?
I do.
If you notice, I'm going in with the same beauty blender. It's still down. Feel it, so I feel the powder sticks to it a bit more.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna grab some. I'm just gonna dust off over here so it doesn't fall on your blouse, but it is translucent, even if it does. So I'm gonna have you looking up, and I'm gonna dab. And I'm not gonna leave this powder on Dal's skin too long, because like she said, she has dry skin. And powder is just going to be a little bit more drying. And I'm applying the powder like naturally where you would crease, so around your mouth, on the sides of your nose, under your eyes, and your forehead. And I do go in with another powder after, so that's why I don't do this one all over the face. Next, I'm going to be taking the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC40. So this is a powder, but a foundation powder. So it has some coverage to it. So I'm just going to take this one, I'm going to put it all over her face. And as I'm putting it on her face, I'm also just going to be dusting away the translucent powder. I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm going to powder highlight her face. Same places where I applied like that concealer. I'm almost out of this shade, as you guys can see. It's like one of my favorites. So again, I'm going to have Dal looking up. The next step, I'm going to be contouring Dal as well as bronzing, kind of warming up her face. We're going to bring some color back in. And the reason I'm not doing cream contour is because I usually would apply the cream contour and then take a brush like this and kind of press it into the skin, or I would be doing like a swiping motion like this. But we have a lot of color corrector in this area on her cheeks that we don't want to remove. So I'm going to skip cream contour and instead I'm going to dab in a powder contour. So if you guys find that when you're cream contouring, but it's kind of your pigmentation, or if you have like acne scars, it's starting to show through once you're like buffing it in, try avoiding that step and going in with a powder contour, and that way you can just kind of like press it into that area. Like you guys will see me doing it. And instead of swiping back and forth, I'm gonna dab into her skin. So we're gonna do Dal's cheekbones first. Pulling it into her hairline. They probably just did a lot of blush back then, right?
They did.
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
Blush. Even now, girls love their blush. So this is just after applying one layer of it. So the first one I'm using, the Vancity one, is more of like a bronzer, more of a warm your face up. When I go in with the Anastasia one, which is more of like a grayish brown, that's gonna be more of a contouring, kind of like creating that chiseled look on your face. So I'm gonna do the other side. I'm just gonna turn down. Going with the middle contour shade. Turn your face again.
No, she didn't even ask me how I want my chunni pin, nothing. It was just basically like...
Was your journey comfortable though, from what you remember?
Yes.
Yeah? That's good.
It stayed on.
Okay, that's good. Did you have, what kind of updo did you have? You don't know?
I have no idea.
You couldn't even talk when you took your hair apart? Maybe Jazz remembers.
Well, because our reception was next day, the wedding,
Oh, okay.
you know, festivities didn't end until almost like
Late at
10,
night.
10:30
Yeah.
at night.
Even now, though, same
Yeah.
thing, right? So, what was your reception look? Do you have pictures? You can show me one day. No, you don't want to talk about it? Guys, I'm gonna go in with one of these brushes just to contour her nose a little bit more. Same powder.
The reception look, we'll do it on my 25th anniversary.
Okay. What color did you wear?
I wanted to wear forest green,
Mm-hmm.
but mom and dad had bought fuchsia because fuchsia was really, really in back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
Fuchsia with a bit of a green in there, so she, the eyeshadow, it's like.
Do you still have it?
The outfit?
Yeah.
I do. I took it to India
Oh, okay. Yeah.
to give it to someone,
Was it?
but my mom didn't give it to anyone, so I'm gonna, now when I go to India next time, I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah, it's just memories,
It
right?
is, yeah, so I'm gonna keep it.
So I'm just gonna go in with that same brush I was using before, and I'm just gonna softly just blend that line out. You don't want to see two brown lines on the side of your nose. I mean, again, it might look good in pictures, but in person, when your husband's sitting next to you, he's gonna be like, honey, what's wrong with your nose? And I know Jazz would totally say something like that. Right? That's so Jazz. So you guys have probably seen this palette before in my videos. It is a palette from MAC. I bought all these blushes individually. You can buy them in like the pan format. And I just put them all in one palette, and I have labeled them. Some of them aren't labeled, but I can usually guess what they are. So we're gonna go in with more peachier blushes. I'm gonna go in with Copper Tone. I'm gonna start with Copper Tone. I'm probably gonna add a little bit of Gingerly and Cantaloupe from MAC and a little bit of Margin because that one has a little bit of a shimmer to it, so it'll help with our glow process. And then we're gonna see how that looks, and I might add a pink. So I never use one blush on my clients, I always mix. So starting off with Copper Tone. I'm gonna have you turn your face slightly that way. And I'm gonna start on the apple of the cheek and drag it backwards into the hairline. So makeup has really changed, right?
With big time.
The years.
Yes.
I bet on your wedding your blush was just here.
Yeah.
Like a clown. So I'm gonna go in with highlight. We're gonna start with the Huda Beauty. I like to mix. Again, I can never just use one product. I have to mix. You guys wanna know what happened to my champagne pop? It's very tragic. I almost cried. This is the second time this has happened to me. It's completely shattered. But you know what? You can fix it. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have seen that like alcohol trick where you like pour it in, press it in. But I'm too lazy because it keeps breaking obviously while it's in my kit. But you know what? I don't mind it. It's kind of just like a loose highlight. I usually just grab some from up here, tap it off. Get my client to turn their head. And we gotta glow. Ooh, that is nice.
Right?
Turn your head that way. No, now it's like rubbing alcohol. Next thing you know, my like highlighter smells like apple syrup. Turn your head that way. Because you know me, I use apple syrup. After I'm done with the powder phase, I like to go in and spray a little bit of MAC's Fix Plus. And Fix Plus is a setting spray. You can use it in between the layers of foundation or powder. It just helps everything kind of melt into each other and not look so powdery on the skin. So I'm just gonna shake this up, give it a one tuss spray, and I'll have you close your eyes. I love this stuff. I'll let that, you know, dry. Morphe Brow Powder Kit. Because Dal's had her eyebrows microbladed, I kind of have like a guide of where to go, which makes my job easier. Thanks, Dal. makes such a difference, right guys? Like, look, one brow versus the other brow.
Holy.
That's awesome. How long were you guys in Pakistan for?
7 days. So this just sets the eyebrows then?
Yeah, sometimes you get a few hairs that are like pointing downwards.
Okay.
I use this. You guys want to know a secret? Back in the day, when I, couldn't afford all this makeup when I was like a teenager, and you get the bushy eyebrow problem, me and Sarah would take hairspray, any hairspray we could find. Like, I'll show you an example.
Oh my god.
We would take this hairspray and we would spray it onto our fingers and just like brush our finger through our eyebrow. Or we would take a spoolie. Yes. You actually still do this. Sometimes I do, because I have very stubborn eyebrow hair that like to point downwards. Spray this and then run it through your brows.
Yep.
But honestly, I would say the finger trick with the hairspray is the best. Like, I still do it when I'm in a rush. I'm gonna insert Dal's wedding picture again, side by side, over here somewhere. So, Dal had the traditional, the bindis going all around, which was very in style, right?
Yes.
And it's not very common now. I would say I've probably in the last how long have I been doing this for now? Like 6 years.
Well, before they used to do it with the hand, like they would do two
draw
colors,
it on?
draw it on, and then they came up with little bindigas.
Yeah.
So it used to come in as a package, so it was like a big bindi for the middle.
I remember.
And then
I still have some at home. Yeah. I think Bengalis, they still draw it on.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's what Dal had on her wedding day, but we're gonna change it up. You guys know round bindis are very much in style these days. So I don't know which one I'm gonna do. I could do a plain one. Let's see how her tikka is gonna look. I'm just gonna like hang it over. Don't mind. I actually do this on my brides too. So I'll kind of like take their tikka and see where it sits. So you've got plenty of space. So we could do a bigger bindi. What would you like for your eyes?
Whatever's in right now for 2018.
All right, we are gonna give Dal the gold special.
22 years later.
We're gonna give the goldy, bronzy Indian bridal special. I call it a special because it's like, when you don't know what to do, you just do like the goldy, bronzy, shimmery eye.
For sure.
It's like, so
I trust you.
Yeah. You better. Alright guys, we are back. We're about to apply some lashes. I'm using the Lily lashes in the style Ella. They are the mink lashes and they are bandless. I just forgot to show you guys while they're still in the box, but that's what they look like. Alright, next we're going to do Dell's lips. So originally we thought we were going to do a red lip, but we changed our mind. So we're going to use an Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Mocha. I'm probably going to blend in a couple lip liners. I got this one from Funk and Frost. It is called Sweet Spice, and then I'm going to blend in Whirl lip liner from MAC. So I'm going to get you to smile with your mouth closed. Looking down, Dell, I'm just going to take a black eyeshadow. I'm just going to smudge that along her lash line. A lot of Bollywood stars do this. Like they'll take an eyeshadow and they'll, or like maybe a penciled eyeliner, and they just smudge it along their lash line. Oh, have you noticed that? Like the smudgy look, and they don't do like a strong line, or kind of just like a very soft, like Rani Mukherjee does that a lot. So does Kajol. Deepika too, in some of her movies, like if you look at close up at her makeup, that's what they do. When I'm in a rush to do my own makeup, but I don't want to spend too much time, I just take eyeshadow with the eyeliner brush, and I'll go in and do like a light eyeliner. Another question I get is how come I do the eyes after the face, and do I get fallout? Well, I don't, but any little bit that I do brush it away right away. Like I got a little bit of the black like along her nose, brushing it away right away so that it doesn't mix in with the natural oils in her face, because if it does, then it's going to start to like, that's when it stains or it'll stick. I am going to do a little bit more blush. Don't be scared, Dell.
Not gonna bring the memories back of 22 years ago.
No, it doesn't show up in pictures. Like, you know it, right? Like, you know that's true. And now that we're gonna put your jewelry and stuff on too, like, you know, it's gonna take away from the face. We don't want that to happen. Smile. Alright, Dell, so how do you feel?
I feel emotional.
Aww. Does it bring back memories from your wedding day?
Yes.
Yes. You look so good. I've never seen, to be honest, Dell, like I've never seen you with a big nose ring. Right? Like, have you, actually you said Jazz doesn't even like it when you wear nose rings, right? It's the first time seeing Dal with a nut in.
I have never worn a nut.
Have I seen you wear like a hot red color before too? I don't think so.
No.
No. Wow.
No.
Or a handpiece. Wow, I love it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to us, and maybe you guys learned something. Leave a comment down below what you think of me kind of talking, explaining things in the video. It's the first time I'm doing this, so yes. Bye.
Bye.